Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. Something that's been bugging me as I've been under the hood here quite often is the incredibly dirty engine compartment. We're going to address that today. We're going to clean it, we're going to condition it and protect it. And the very first thing we want to do is I want to show you, this car's over 20 years old. And I don't even like to introduce the pressure washer and free-flowing water under a brand new car. But this is so bad, we're going to have to use the pressure washer today. And I'm going to show you it could be perfectly fine and perfectly safe, even on a car that's over 20, 25 years old. Let's get started. Lots of dirt. It could look so much nicer under here, especially with the kind of finished valve cover, plastic covers. Just absolutely crazy how this could be let go. I mean, it bewilders me. So, areas that you want to protect on a vehicle of this age. The alternator, which is already ancient to begin with, but works perfectly fine. Some connections we're going to protect. Battery and fuse box. As simple as that. And I'll show you what we do. Let's start with the alternator and then this connection right next to it. And the object isn't to make this watertight so we can sink this car in the ocean. It's just to get enough around it and protected it that it doesn't get the brunt of free-flowing water from the pressure washer. Might get a little bit of moisture, no problem. You're going to get moisture up under the engine compartment if you get caught out in the rain anyways. I brought some tape over here if I needed it, but I don't think I'm going to need it because I can tuck everything in and around, so we're good there. Let's come over, protect the fuse box and battery area. And I got to open it up a little bit more. And this, I shouldn't have to do any taping here either. Just tuck everything in and around. And I just want to get that sensor up in there, and that will do it. Everything else has kind of a plastic cover over it anyway. We now have everything protected that I want to on this particular day. Battery fuse box area, airflow sensor area, alternator, and another connection. Next step, coming right up. This here is a Griot's Garage pneumatic air foamer. You need a little bit of an air compressor. You don't have to work this continuous, so you don't need a huge air compressor. But in here I have Phoenix EOD's Kraken, and I have about 3 to 4 ounces in here, the rest up to here with warm water. This comes out as a dry foam. So we hook it up to the hose and it's ready to go. So this isn't a very wet, saturating foam. This is dry. This will hang on there. As you can see, it's barely dropping from my hand. And it will kind of break up that dirt without getting the area oversaturated. And that's what makes this a perfect tool for interiors and engine compartments. This will get a little messy, so you're going to have to wash the outside or rinse the outside of the car when you're done. foam party. And I pretty much used all of it up. There's just a little bit, might as well use it up. I'm going to let that dwell for a little while, and then I'll come back. And after I let it dwell, you could see it's already starting to break down and lift some of that dirt running down the side of the motor here. I'm going to hit it with a soft detailing brush, multiple brushes, bigger ones for the larger areas, smaller ones for the tighter areas. But, you know, you could see that it's breaking down that dirt little by little. And we're almost ready to come back in here and agitate with a brush. This here is a soft brush, soft bristles, so we don't damage this material, this insulation, foamy fiberglass sort of material under the hood. It agitates it enough that we can clean it safely, but won't rip it apart or fray it. Agitate the areas, the larger areas, that I can get this brush in and around and do some cleaning. And I'm just being cognizant of the wires and hoses that I'm coming up against to make sure I'm not breaking any off or causing any damage. Now it's time to get a smaller brush and get the more intricate areas I'm not going to go crazy with this sill because I'm going to take the wipers off, take this sill off. In a separate video, we're going to restore this. This is faded to a light gray, and it can easily be cleaned up and repaired. and brought back to look like new. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do that in a separate video. Now, rinse time. And this is with common sense. You keep the pressure washer nozzle back 6, 8, 10, 12 inches from the surface. Not tight up against it, blowing everything apart, and you're going to be perfectly fine. And that's it. Now you can let it dry just so, or you could use forced air to speed up the process. And I'm going to do that before I remove any of this, because the forced air will probably lift some of the puddled water out of the pockets onto these areas. I just need to connect the nozzle. And that works very well. You can obviously use a leaf blower as well. And then tidy things up with an old C-tier towel or one that's on its way to be thrown away. Just kind of mop up the rest of that moisture. Huge improvement already. And the next step will only improve it more. This here, Manette's Mega Shine, you've seen me use this in many videos for under the hood. This is safe for all materials as a conditioner and a little bit of a protectant. I have some mixed up here in the bottle. Let's get some in the engine compartment. Mist the Mega Shine liberally onto all parts under the hood and get a nice even layer. If you can, you'll have to move around, kind of make sure you're getting all the parts, pieces and parts. Don't worry about getting any on your paint. It's safe on paint. You can put it on your paint. Will not hurt it. Now I just let that sit for a good half hour or so. It will self-level, and then I have this ready. If I find any pooling anywhere of the product and anywhere that needs to be leveled even more, I'll do that with the towel, very gently, very lightly. And now with the engine compartment dressed, protected, looks even better. So much better under the hood, in the compartment, perfectly safe. We'll start it up. I'll show you it didn't harm anything in the engine compartment. Now what we have left is some pooling where the product gathered together in the cracks and crevices, and all I do for that is some forced air. Blows it out of there so you can wipe it up, level it out. That will do it for this video, good friends. Shop Manager wants to thank you for stopping by. If these videos are entertaining, inspiring, or help you in any way, maybe give them a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed by now, what are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when we have new content available for you. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video. And of course, by the way, close the hood and then wash the front of the vehicle, rinseless wash, or just wash the whole car, because the stuff that comes out of the engine compartment splashes up on your paint. Rinse it off as soon as possible. Catch you later, guys.